Well, Saturday's debut of the 2017 Washington State Cougars, much different than the previous 5 outings from Mike Leach's team. They got a win, and just as impressive, a shutout in a 31-0 romp over Montana State. While this year's opening day result, it may be a little bit different than what we're used to do. As Darnay Tripp will tell us from Pullman, the approach is the same as it ever was as the Cougs turn the page to Boise State.
In his first 5 seasons at WSU, Mike Leach had to answer questions about what his team needed to do better to have success in Week 1. Now, the Cougs are still looking for ways to improve after their shutout of Montana State, but without the shadow that losses typically cast. While they know Saturday's win won't do them any favors this weekend, the atmosphere after a victory certainly beats what they've dealt with in past years.
I think there's more positive energy. You know, the questions, I don't really indulge those as far as, you know, just worry about doing my best. If I'm doing that, that's about all I got to offer. I might think that my best was misdirected and redirected somewhere else next time. And there's a difference between trying as hard as you can and being correct. And but I think we were correct on more things than not. But I think there's a lot of room to work on. That can potentially be the case depending who you play, whether you win or lose. But we just got to keep getting better.
This weekend, Boise State comes to Pullman, a rematch of a game Leach feels his team should have won a year ago. After beating WSU, the Broncos then topped Oregon State, giving them 4 consecutive victories over Pac-12 opponents. Leach spoke about the challenge that always comes when facing Brian Harson's program.
They remind me of all the Boise State teams, you know. Play hard, they play confident. They're playing with 2 quarterbacks, which is a little unusual. But they look like they always do. You know, the other thing, I think they've played well and prepared well.
Of course, this weekend marks a return to the Inland Northwest for Shadow Park grad Brett Rippon. Rippon did split time with Montel Cozart in their win over Troy to start the season, but it doesn't sound like a QB controversy exists in Boise. Rippon is expected to lead the Bronco offense this weekend. Reporting in Pullman, Darnay Tripp, KREM 2 Sports.
All right.